Why do studios do this? Why do they feel the need to take something successful and then milk it for all it's worth? Squeeze out every penny they can until the only life you're getting out of it is the random spasms of something that just ought to be put out of its misery. You know what I thought of Ice Age 4? I thought it was completely pointless. I was bored out of my mind while watching this movie. There was a point in the theater where I found myself hoping that if they made a fifth one, that it would involve mass extinction just so I could watch them all die. And you know, Ice Age, the first one, was a decent movie with fairly likable characters. But what these studios either don't realize or don't care about is that bad sequels don't just screw themselves over but diminish the original. Especially once you've gotten to number 4, because a first sequel is just a sequel. But once you've reached that third and fourth movie, you've got yourself a franchise, and a franchise is only as good as its last film. Ice Age 3 basically deals with the split of Pangea. Manny, Sid, and Diego, as well as Sid's grandmother, don't ask, and trust me when I say she's one of the less horrible things about the film, get separated from Manny's family and the rest of the animals and have to try to get back to them. But while on the ocean, they run into Captain Gut and his crew, because there are pirates in this movie. Why? Well, mainly it's because once you've gotten to a fourth sequel, you kind of have to start pulling things out of your ass. Yeah, remember when this movie was about a group of ragtag animals trying to get a small child back to his tribe? Now it's a pirate movie. There's some romance, a sloth with a pet whale, and what basically amounts to a sitcom subplot involving a teenage mammoth trying to fit in with the super hot boy and the popular kids, only to learn that it isn't worth it if it means changing who you are. Which is totally the most interesting thing I can think about focusing on when there's pirates and a giant wall of death approaching. Everything about this just doesn't work. All of the lessons in the relationships feel like we're just going through the motions and taking off all the things we need in a kid's movie. There's no life here anymore, no humor, no originality. It's just a completely superfluous movie in every sense of the word. Normally at this point I'd be trying to find some redeeming qualities, but there really aren't any. Personally, I like the first Ice Age better than the first Madagascar, but when it comes to the only 2 animated sequels this year, well, I'd prefer there hadn't been either. But if I had to choose, at least Madagascar got a chuckle out of me on occasion. The only time I laughed in the theater during this outing was during the new preview for Rise of the Guardians. I mean, Scrat's still fun, I guess, but honestly, I don't even really consider him part of the movie so much as a short film running alongside it and occasionally interacting with it. And I'm willing to bet Fox will try to make a spin-off movie with him at some point and ruin his character too. Maybe after that epic film, which they'd better hope is epic with a name like that. This movie was just lifeless. It shouldn't even exist. Save your ticket, go see Brave while it's still in theaters instead, or Paranorman comes out tomorrow. At the very least, it'll be something new and different, and not an hour and a half of soul-crushing, franchise-killing boredom.
Holy crap! Ice Age 4 Continental Drift.